Everybody? Okay, I'll share. You can see Dhiman? Okay, I hope you can see. Good. Thanks for joining, Dhiman. When the holidays are ending, how much time more? Maybe 1 month. Okay. August first week. Okay. Okay. So we have Kamalesh, Hare Krishna, audio is clear. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can hear and I can see as well, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, you can hear me?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Yes.
Today you have Rath Yatra in London?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so welcome Mataji. You can also join. Okay, so
Yes, Prabhuji.
here Kamlesh, and we have here here you can see me. There are some more people here. Here is Nagaraj Prabhu. There is Dr. Badrinath. And Mataji, you can see my father and mother. They are also joining. Okay. I muted you, Prabha Mataji. So it will be, recording will be neat. Okay. Now everybody is in, all those who are there. Take care, welcome everybody. So let us start now. Today there was a fast breaking in India at 10:10. When is, so we just had a prasadam. So we are late by half an hour today. AC ऑन कर देते हैं. आवाज करता मैं फैन का आवाज आता है इधर जोर का. Not make full. One side less than full. Yes. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the Bhagavatam, chapter 3, text 1, Suta Vacha, Jagre Paurusham Rupe, Bhagavan Mahadadivihi Sambhutam Shodashakalam Ado Loka Sisiksheya. This is a very beautiful chapter. And in this chapter, it really established that Krishna is the source of all the incarnation. There were 6 questions asked by sages of Naimisharanya. And in this chapter, the 2 questions will be, I think all 3 questions will be answered in this chapter. In fact, if I see my analysis, there was, anybody remembers, Kamalesh, please tell me what are the 6 question answer asked in the first canto? Yeah, what is this question?
The first question was, what is the
Loud, you're very light.
The first question was, what is the ultimate good for everyone?
Very good. Then?
The second question was, what is the essence of all Vedic scriptures?
Okay, very good.
Third question was, why did Sri Krishna appear himself from the womb of Devaki?
Yes, fifth.
The fourth question was to describe the pastimes, Lila Avataras of Lord Krishna.
Yes.
Fifth question was to explain the various Purusha Avataras of Lord Krishna.
Yes.
And the sixth question was, now that Sri Krishna is not physically available in this material world, so how can the religion take the shelter? I mean, where will the religion take the shelter?
So in the chapter we are now studying, the beginning now is the answer first to five of the fourth question, the Purushavatas, which was asked in the 17th shloka of the first chapter. That will be answered now. The answers about the Purushavatas. Yes, everybody is clear? Taken the Purushavatas. What are the three Purushavatas we have? Karnadakshay Vishnu, Garbhadakshay Vishnu, Shiradakshay. Now, this will be answered now in the Bhagavatam, in the first five verses. Then after that, there will be discussion of the Leela Avataras, which was asked in the first chapter, 18th verse. That will be explained after the 6th to 27th verse. So let us hear today the Purusha Avatara, Leela Avatara. So two questions will be answered today. Okay? Okay. Suta said, in the beginning of creation, the Lord first expanded himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation and manifested all the ingredients for the material creation. That first there was creation of the 16 principles of the material action. This was for the purpose of creating the material universes. Kamalesh, Prabha Mataji, you want to read Prabha Mataji? You are going, so we'll hear from you. And you unmute yourself, Mataji, then you can read the purport. One. Yes, Mataji. You have to unmute yourself. I muted you. Hare Krishna Prabhupada. You unmute, you are muted, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, you are muted. You have to unmute.
Can you hear me now, Prabhuji?
Now we can. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Prabhuji. Is it the purport where I'm reading, yeah, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. The Bhagavad Gita states that the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, maintains this material universe by extending his plenary expansions. So this Purusha form is the confirmation of the same principle. The original personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, or Lord Krishna, who is famous as the son of King Vasudeva or King Narada, is full with all opulences, all potencies, all fame, all beauties, all knowledge, and all renunciation. Part of his opulences are manifested as impersonal Brahman, and part of his opulences are manifested as Paramatma. This Purusha features of the same personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the original Paramatma manifestation of the Lord. There are three Purusha features in the material creation, and this form, who is known as the Karanadakshayi Vishnu, is the first of the three. The others are known as the Garbhodakakshayi Vishnu and the Shirodakayi Vishnu, which we shall know one after another. The innumerable universes are generated from the sky holes of this Karanadakshayi Vishnu, and in each one of the universe the Lord enters as a Garbhodakakshayi Vishnu. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also mentioned that the material world is created at certain intervals and then again destroyed. This creation and destruction is done by the supreme will because of the conditioned souls or the Nitya Baddha living being. The Nitya Baddha or the eternally conditioned souls have the sense of individuality or ahankara, which dictates them sense enjoyment which they are unable to have constitutionally. The Lord is the only enjoyer, and all others are enjoyed. The living beings are predominated enjoyers, but the eternally conditioned souls, forgetful of this constitutional position, have strong aspiration to enjoy. The chance to enjoy material is given to the conditioned souls in the material world, and side by side they are given the chance to understand their real constitutional position. Those fortune living entities who catch the truth and surrender unto the lotus feet of Vasudeva after many births in the material world join the eternally liberated souls and thus are allowed to enter into the kingdom of Godhead. After this, such fortunate living entities need not come again within the occasional material creation, but those who cannot catch the constitutional truth are again merged into the Mahat, Mahat Tattva at the time of annihilation of the material creation. When the creation is again set up, this Mahatattva is again let loose. This Mahatattva contains all the ingredients of the material manifestations, including conditioned souls. Primarily, this Mahatattva is divided into 16 parts, namely the 5 gross material elements and the 11 working instruments or senses. It is like it's like the cloud in the clear sky. In the spiritual sky, the effulgence of Brahman is spread all around, and the whole system is dazzling in spiritual light. The Mahatattva is assembled in some corner of the vast, unlimited spiritual sky, and the part which is thus covered by Mahatattva is called the material sky. This part of the spiritual sky called the Mahatattva is only the insignificant portion of the whole spiritual sky, and within this Mahatattva there are innumerable universes. All these universes are collectively produced by the Karanodakashayi Vishnu, called also the Mahavishnu, who simply throws his glance to impregnate the material sky. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Shubha Mataji, you have to. I'll reject him. Okay, it's fine. Everybody can see. Sorry for interruption. What can be done this? Good for nothing internet people. Yeah. So we had certain points to discuss. I think everybody can see I had marked. Yes. So this is a discussion. There's a question. There is a question here on the question 4, the Purusha avatars. There are three questions relating to the Lord: Krishna's appearance, Purusha avatars, and Leela avatars. Okay, very clear. Purusha avatars are the Shirodaksha, Kanodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu. वो भी भगवान के अवतार ही हैं. And Leela avatar is different. Okay, so I hope we can able to work now. Okay. So then this is in this I had marked out certain points. First was that part of the opulences, these three expansions of the Lord, they don't exhibit full potency of Krishna. There are four things that Narayana or Vishnu doesn't exhibit compared to Krishna. What are the four things? Kamalesh, what are the four things?
He plays flute.
Yes. Then what are the other things? Other thing is his beauty, and then
Rupa and intimate pastimes.
And with intimate devotees. Okay, the full opulences of Krishna that Vishnu doesn't have. Therefore,
Rupa and intimate pastimes with intimate devotees.
Yes. So therefore, is saying that part of the opulences are manifested as Paramatma, not full. Okay, three Purushata we know, and the universes come from the skin holes of Karnodaksha Vishnu. Creation is done by the supreme will. That's very important to understand. The will of the Lord predominates everything. Okay, it's like you will, but nothing happens. But Krishna's will, he wills, and immediately it happens. Parashakti vividaya shvete. So whole creation finally is the will of Krishna. So everything, nothing is happening without Krishna's control. Everything is the will of Krishna. Okay, then our ahankara, very important. It dictates, when more ahankara is there, it dictates sense enjoyment, which is unable to have constitutionally. Today morning we are discussing this point. That there are certain people who have bhukti, mukti, siddhi. They desire enjoyment, they desire mystic powers, and they desire liberation from the world. They want something. Because they want something, they're always disturbed. And they disturb others. It's like when Krishna appeared, we saw the Danavas attack Krishna. Even Devatas disturb Krishna Leela because they're also not pure. They want some bhukti, mukti, siddhi. Moment you want that. So not only that, you even disturb devotees. When you disturb the Lord, definitely you disturb devotees, correct? So today we discussed this situation. Hiranyakashipu was kami, wanted a lot of enjoyment, and he could not appreciate his beautiful son Prahlad. He disturbed him. And then we had the Durvasa Muni, a yogi. He wants some powers. He disturbed Ambrish Maharaj. Okay? And then we had, you can say he's a Siddhi also. Yeah, he's a Siddhi yogi. And then we had other cases. We were discussing the case of Ramanujacharya. Anybody knows who was the first guru of Ramanujacharya? Prabha Mataji, Kamalesh, anybody knows? Dhimant, who was the first guru? Yadav Prakash. He tried to kill him. A Mayavadi, he wanted moksha from this world. In fact, it is said very interesting that there was a discussion of Krishna Leela. And the Yadav Prakash, being an offensive personality, said, discussing Krishna's eyes are red. Yeah, Krishna's eyes are red just like the back of a monkey. He felt, and he was doing chamara for his guru, a small boy in Gurukul, Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya is Rama Anuja, is Lakshmana, or Ananta Shesha. Ananta Shesha is the incarnation of Lakshmana, either way. So what he did was that tears started rolling down his eyes when he heard, because the pure devotee of Krishna could not bear to hear such insulting comparison. And then when Yadav Prakash said, why you're crying like this? He could see the tears are falling on his leg. He said, you explained in such a way. Krishna's eyes are like, and he again explained the verse in another way, which gave a beautiful explanation, and not the back of a monkey. It's a lotus flower. Krishna is, and he gave beautiful explanation. So Yadav Prakash, being, got scared, angry. He thought this person is going to minimize my situation, kill him. He decided to kill him just to protect the Advaita Siddhanta. He said, we have to kill this boy. And he planned to kill the boy, and he was saved because in the same Gurukul, his cousin was there, Govinda, who came to know the plot to kill him. And finally, he saved him away. And then Varada
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Are others also not able to hear Prabhuji's voice, or
No, we cannot hear the voice.
you can hear
Hare
his
Krishna
voice?
Prabhu. No, we cannot hear his voice. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, we cannot hear you.
Okay, I think there's a problem with his internet.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Welcome back after a small advertisement break.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Okay. You keep a track. Take care. So Lord is enjoy, others are enjoyed. This is a very important principle. I think everybody's seeing. Yeah. Others are enjoyed. This is a very important principle. And this is a very, very nice line. The chance to enjoy matter to the conditioned soul, and side by side, they are giving the chance to understand the real constitution position. So chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned soul, and side by side, they are giving chance to understand the real constitution position. So sweet a line. Both things go. This is the whole ultimate truth. The creation is doing two things. One side, it is giving the chance to enjoy, and other side by side, chance to understand the absolute truth. These two things are there. It's our choice. And Prabhupada is saying those who are fortunate, he says the fortunate living entities catch the truth. Truth is thrown from the pages of Bhagavatam, from the acharyas, bona fide, and they catch the truth. And what they do, they surrender to the lotus feet of Vasudeva after many, many births in the material world and join the eternal liberated soul, and they're allowed to enter the kingdom of God. So Prabhupada, those who are fortunate, they catch this truth. It's so nice lines. Prabhupada keeps his teaching very simple, but it penetrates the heart. These simple things if we can accept. But those who cannot catch the constitution truth are again merged into the Mahatattva at the time of annihilation of the material body. Merged, because the whole universe is destroyed. The matter along with spirit, everything mixed together, goes inside the body of Mahavishnu. Or Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Huh? Mahatattva is a mixture of, it said, just now it said, what is it, Mahatattva? It was explained here, 16 elements. And what are the 16 elements? Yes, what are the 16 elements? Anybody remembers? Very good. 11 was active and senses. Somewhere this line was there, and 5 were the. This is very interesting point. First 5 you all can understand. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. This 11 senses are not just ears and all. It's a subtle principle, subtle senses. These senses and all are subtle creation. Ear just comes over it. Just like
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Kamale.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, I don't know. Out of all things, the YouTube is hanging. So this problem is coming not from other things, it's coming from YouTube itself. Chalo. So thanks for waiting. I think it's clear. So Prabhupada is saying that there is a chance to enjoy matter which is given along with chance to. This is a very interesting line. So we have to take the chance.
You are telling about the seven senses.
Huh? Yeah. What I was saying, the senses is a very subtle principle. You know, when we say in the Mahatattva, there are 11 senses in the Pancha Mahabhuta. What do the 11 senses mean? Mainly, Hathi ka kaan or Manushya ka kaan or Suvan ka kaan? No. The subtle sense of power of hearing, isn't it? And a sense to do it. Subtle. Because everything has a body. We have three bodies. We have spiritual body, we have subtle body, we have gross body. And all the three have all the senses. Soul also has all the senses. I remember first time I met one big Mayavadi in Mangalore area. I went for some permission and he was confusing me so much. And then I told him one thing. I said, do you think soul has eyes or not? He said, soul has eyes. How you are seeing them? He got totally confused. Then he says, okay, what permission you want? I got the permission. So soul has to have eyes. Otherwise, how do you see? When soul has eyes, the subtle body also has eyes, the gross body has also eyes. So spiritual body has eyes, all the senses, correct? It has all the elements. Actually, it doesn't need the subtle and the gross body. Soul has unnecessarily taken the subtle and gross body. It has mind also, it has intelligence also, everything it has. Now the subtle body is one covering. It also has that. Gross body also is a covering. But the gross eyes are not the seer. They're just taking information to the subtle eyes. They take to the spiritual eyes. So there is a subtle principle of seeing. The gross eyes just cover over it. Got it? Like seeing power is there in me, in dog, everywhere. The subtle sense covers over it. Therefore, we can understand the ghost hand, phantom hand problem, because they still feel I have a sense to touch. They try to touch, but actually that's the subtle sense trying to touch, but there is no gross hand to touch it. Take care.
After death, the body is changed. Then the soul cannot change.
Soul remains with us, all the senses. Subtle body covering it with all the senses. But because there is no gross body for certain movement, it cannot interact anywhere. Therefore, they say when you leave the body, you roam around the place for some time before you are dragged away. You don't want to leave the body. Therefore, the Garuda Purana goes into it. And all your 13-day rituals are for that, correct? To send him, don't stay here, better go to Vaikuntha. What do you say? Okay, everybody is fine with it? Kamalesh, is it fine? Prabha Mataji is fine? You want to add anything?
Yes.
Okay, chalo. What is the word plenary? Somebody note down the word plenary. Prabhuji, why the word plenary? I don't know. Anybody has an answer why this word plenary is used? Plenary. Just the first running page. It's a running page book. The end, wherever the things are ended, yeah, you look at. Okay. So truth surrender, but those who cannot catch the truth are again merged with the Mahatattva. It's like a cloud in a clear sky. Just like metal world, you can see the sky. In the clear sky, small cloud is formed. That's the whole metal world. With billions of universes, everything in the spiritual sky is one cloud. Mahatattva is assembled in some corner of the vast unlimited spiritual, a part of which is covered. A Mahatattva is called the material sky. Okay? Mahatattva has all the elements of material creation. All the 5 Pancha Mahabhuta and the 11 senses, which we discussed, are in the subtle nature. Okay. We go to the next verse. A part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel of his body sprouts a lotus stem, and from the lotus flower atop the stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers of the universe, becomes manifest. Yes. Kamalesh, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhu. The first Purusha is the Karunaka Sai Vishnu. From his skin holes, innumerable universes have sprung up. In each and every universe, the Purusha enters into the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. As the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, he is lying within the heart of the universe.
Kamalesh, your voice is not coming.
1 minute. Is it audible now, Prabhuji?
Yes, now.
Yeah. The first Purusha is the Karunadakashai Vishnu. From his skin holes, innumerable universes have sprung up. In each and every universe, the Purusha enters as the Garbhodakashai Vishnu. He is lying within the half of the universe, which is full with the water of his body. And from the navel of Garbhodakashai Vishnu has sprung the stem of the lotus flower, the birthplace of Brahma, who is the father of all living beings and the master of all the demigods, engineers engaged in the perfect design and working of the universal order. Within the stem of the lotus, there are 14 divisions of planetary systems, and the earthly planets are situated in the middle. Upwards, there are others better planetary systems, and the topmost system is called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. Downwards from the Earth planetary system, there are 7 lower planetary systems, inhabited by the asuras and similar other materialistic living beings. From Garbhodakashai Vishnu, there is expansion of the Kshirodakashai Vishnu, who is the collective Paramatma of all living beings. He is called Hari, and from him all incarnations within the universe are expanded. Therefore, the conclusion is that Purusha Avatara is manifested in three features. First, the Karanodakashai, who creates the aggregate material ingredients in the Mahat Tattva. Second, the Garbhodakashai, who enters in each and every universe. And third, the Kshirodakashai Vishnu, who is the Paramatma of every material object, organic or inorganic. One who knows these plenary features of the personality of Godhead knows Godhead properly, and thus the knower becomes freed from the material conditions of birth, death, old age, and disease, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. In this shloka, the subject matter of Mahavishnu is summarized. The Mahavishnu lies down in some part of the spiritual sky by his own free will. Thus he lies on the ocean of Karana, from where he glances over his material nature, and the Mahatattva is at once created. Thus, electrified by the power of the Lord, the material nature at once creates innumerable universes, just as in due course of tree decorates itself with innumerable grown fruits. The seed of the tree is sown by the cultivator, and the tree of the creeper is due course becomes manifested with so many fruits. Nothing can take place without a cause. The Karna ocean is therefore called as the causal ocean. Karna means causal. We should not foolishly accept the atheistic theory of creation. The description of the atheists is given in the Bhagavad Gita. The atheist does not believe in the creator, but he cannot give the good theory to explain the creation. Material nature has no power to create without the power of Purusha. Just as a Prakriti or woman cannot produce a child without the connection of a Purusha or man. The Purusha impregnates and the Prakriti delivers. One should not expect milk from the fleshy bags on the neck of a goat, although they look like beastly nipples. Similarly, we should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. We must believe in the power of Purusha, who impregnates Prakriti or nature. Because the Lord wished to lie down in meditation, the material energy created innumerable universes at once. In each of them, the Lord lay down, and thus all the planets and the different paraphernalia were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfect planning, although personally he has nothing to do. No one is greater than or equal to him. That is the verdict of the Vedas.
So what is the point? Prabhupada is saying something very interesting. We should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. This is the fundamental area we are differing. Because somehow it is said, somehow matter organizes itself. Prabhupada is sitting in a room. He said, is it possible all the bricks started aligning and this room is formed, paint came on and so on. This is stupid actually. But somehow we are assuming it happens, the matter somehow organizes itself and forms, and then accidental changes of matter evolves. That's what the theory is. So Prabhupada says, this is not a good theory. So Prabhupada says,
Nothing is accidental.
No, matter has no creative impetus. This Prabhupada used to say. Now this mobile is sitting here. It cannot think that I'll go and then I'll sit on top of this, or this thing. You see, these two are sitting here. It will never think that let me go and connect to this and charge myself. Matter has no creative capacity. There was a famous debate we have, if you can see. There is one place, I can inform everybody, look for Krishna tube. What tube? Just like your YouTube, Krishna tube. I think many of you do not know. There is one channel like that, Krishna tube. It's a full krishnatube.com. And there are a lot of videos are there. And one of the videos there is God on Trial, which was made by ISKCON in 1982. Amazing video. Amazing. So there is a lawyer who is, the standard. He defends that God exists in a court. So he says to the lawyer, he is countering the other lawyer. He says, which car do you have? she says some expensive car. So he says Lancer or something, and he says, is it so? Is it possible that the car has 4-cylinder engine and they think we will become now 6-cylinder engine? Is it possible that the car can think and change itself? So it says just because there were bears in a cave, it could that thing, it's too cold, we need more fur. It just doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. So matter has no creative impetus. Matter cannot organize itself on its own. Correct? That's the difference between matter and spirit. Spirit has the power to will, and spirit, therefore we say the child is living from the day one. Because you see, matter is organizing itself in the womb. We say spirit is there. From the day one conception, it is living. Therefore, if you kill a child, it's a murder from the day one. Even though the conscious is not manifested, but the matter is organizing itself. Correct? That is, spirit has to be there. Because on its own, matter cannot organize itself. So we can conclude from the day one, not the day 7 months the child becomes little conscious, 7 lunar months. We don't wait for that. We say from the day one it is living. But just like when you are in anesthesia, you are living, but you cannot exhibit your consciousness because the body is not ready. The soul doesn't exhibit its consciousness. There's nothing to exhibit, the hands, legs, nothing is there. So the consciousness is like, they say birth means sleeping for 7 months. Lunar months. Okay, so this was the main point which I marked out. No one is greater or equal to him. It's proper as the devotee all of the line. Lord has unlimited potency. So everything is happening by the will of Krishna. Inconceivable will of Krishna, everything is happening. Not matter organizing itself on its own. Shirodakshina is a Paramatma in every object, organic or inorganic. Look at the word. Organic or inorganic, because Paramatma enters the heart of living entity, that's organic, also goes inside every atom. That is inorganic. It is everywhere, it's all pervading. Okay, interesting. And this whole universe is the creation of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. He comes and creates water, fills a part of the universe with the water, lies down on it, and then creates a stem on which Brahma is born. So basically, this whatever happens inside the universe is creation of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. It's all his energies, correct? The water on which it lies, the stem, the Brahma, all the living, everything is creation of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Prabhupada talks over the certain temple, they have Garbhastuti Chulkan. Some Shiva Vaishnava temple, they only worship Narayana. They have Garbhastuti. Have you gone to the Kerala temple? Prabha Mataji, have you seen the Kerala, the temple? Ananda Padmanabha temple in Kerala. आपने देखा त्रिवेंद्रम में? हाँ, वो देखा है. वो उतना दर्शन, 3 दरवाजे का दर्शन. इधर से, हाँ. And then Shiva is sitting in one corner, Brahma is there. Shiva is below, Brahma is on the lotus. That is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And they offer prayers which are called Garbhastuti. They offer prayers to Garbhodaksha Vishnu. I don't think I did. Trivandrum. You have gone to?
No.
We'll go one yatra there. We'll go there also together. We जाएंगे, flight से जाएंगे. We'll plan. Trivandrum has a flight, no? Hoga. We can plan well in advance. We plan, it will be cheap also. We can all go and see. There are 2-3 temples, important temples. ISKCON has also now built a temple in Trivandrum. Small one, but they have built one temple. Okay. Any other comments? Kamalesh, Prabha Mataji, Dhimant, anything is not understood? Any question, doubts? Dhimant, you are convinced? Matter has no creative capacity.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, I am convinced.
Are Baba, then how you are all batch, you can convince your batch? They will not agree to you. Okay. Today we have
I can try, Prabhu.
Okay. Today we have Pani at a festival. In case you get permission, you are welcome in the evening. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
Big festival you have in the evening. Okay. It is believed that the universal planetary system is situated in the extensive body of the Purusha, but he has nothing to do with the created material ingredients. His body is eternally in the spiritual existence par excellence. Devant, you like to read? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, read loudly.
The conception of Virat Rupa or Vishwa Rupa of the Supreme Absolute Truth is especially meant for the neophyte who can hardly think of the transcendental form of personality of Godhead. To him, a form means something of this material world, and therefore an opposite conception of the Absolute is necessary in the beginning to concentrate the mind of the on the power extension of the Lord. As stated above, the Lord extends his potency in the form of a Mahatattva, which includes all material ingredients. The extension of the power by the Lord and the Lord himself personally are one in one sense. But at the same time, the Mahatattva
On the same time, the Mahatattva.
uh, Mahatattva is different from the Lord. Therefore, the potency of the Lord and the Lord are simultaneously different and non-different. The conception of the Virat Rupa, especially for the impersonalist, is thus non-different from the eternal form of the Lord. This eternal form of the Lord exists prior to the creation of the Mahat Tattva, and it is stressed here that the eternal form of the Lord is par excellence spiritual or transcendental to the modes of material nature. The very same transcendental form of the Lord is manifested by his internal potency, and the formation of his multifarious manifestation of the incarnation is always of the same transcendental quality without any touch of the Mahat Tattva.
Okay, thank you very much, Dhiman. Okay, so now this is the description of the Virat Rupa. See, basically Virat Rupa is also Garbhodakshay Vishnu can be, because when Prabhupada is saying it's not easy to understand the transcendental form of the Lord. So the Virat Rupa is always brought in because this is easy to understand. Correct? That's what it said. The whole universe that comes out of the Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Within the universe, everything is Garbhodakshay Vishnu's energy. Now, his energy is not separate from him. In one sense, like sunshine you cannot separate from sun. So in that sense, Vishwarupa cannot be separated from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, because this whole universe, whatever you see, is Garbhodakshay Vishnu only. Correct? So because it's his energy, the sun and sunshine you cannot separate. In that way, there is also discussion of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Okay? The Prabhupada says it's difficult for neophytes to understand the transcendental form of the Lord. I can see moon, sky. People say, I believe what I see. But you can only see gross things now. You cannot see spiritual and subtle things. Even subtle things you're not able to see. We cannot see your mind, which exists. So how can it see the soul? Okay, the Lord extends its potency in the form of Mahatattva, which includes all material ingredients. Okay? Potency of the Lord and the Lord are simultaneous, different, non-different. Okay? So therefore, non-different eternal form of the Lord, Mahatattva. Okay. Next one, the devotee with a perfect eye see the transcendental form of Purusha, which has thousands of legs, thighs, arms, and faces, all extraordinary. In that body, there are thousands of heads, ears, eyes, and noses. They are decorated with thousands of helmets, glowing earrings, and adorned with garlands. Yes, somebody wants to read. Mataji, you like to read?
With our present materialized senses, we cannot perceive anything of the transcendental Lord. Our present senses are to be rectified by the process of devotional service, and then the Lord himself becomes revealed to us. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that the transcendental Lord can be perceived only by pure devotional service. So it is confirmed in the Vedas that only devotional service can lead one to the side of the Lord, and that only devotional service can reveal him. In the Brahma Samhita, also it is said that the Lord is always visible to the devotees whose eyes have been anointed with the tinge of devotional service. So we have to take information of the transcendental form of the Lord from person who have actually seen him with perfect eyes smeared with devotional service. In the material world also, we do not always see things with our own eyes. We sometimes see through the experience of those who have actually seen or done things. If that is the process of experiencing the mundane object, it is more perfectly applicable in matters transcendental. So only with the patience and perseverance can we realize the transcendental subject matter regarding the absolute truth and his different forms. He is formless to the neophytes, but he is the transcendental. He is in transcendental form to the expert servitor.
So very, very nice line at the end. Is with patience and perseverance we can realize the transcendental subject matter. Okay, it's formless to the neophyte, but transcendental form to the expert servitor. Okay, Prabhupada is saying anyway, we have to see through. Therefore, we shastra chakshu see so many things. So many things in this world we cannot see on our own. Shiva eyes, calling 20th time. Bhakta Ganesh. You figure it out. So he's not called?
No, he's not called.
Now you forget it. So we cannot perceive. So Prabhupada says in this world also many things you don't see. You get a news, just like in a court, even the judge has not seen. He says, who had seen a witness? You cannot see everything. He's relying on witness. And we rely on witness of all the things, even murder, somebody hung also. And we cannot rely on witness of the acharyas. Isn't it? That is our foolishness. We have to take information transcendental form from persons, purposes who have actually seen with the perfect eye smeared with devotional love. And what is whole Bhagavatam? It is an eyewitness account of great saints who have seen the Lord. Guru Maharaj saw the Lord, he described. We are not seen. None of us were there. Guru Maharaj was there. He described, accepted. True or not? Prahlad Maharaj was the witness. Narasimha Dev came, we accept. No, you were not there. I was not there. Okay, so when we are accepting in material world for everything we accept witness. He said, I went there, I saw something. So we accept actually everything we cannot see by our senses. We are relying, newspaper is nothing but Shabda. Somebody else experience is putting it down. I saw this, I feel this, I understand this. So why we don't go by thinking, feeling, willing, seeing of the great saints? Okay? That is the point. So in material world also we don't see everything by our eyes. Okay? Yeah, we can locate the number, but don't keep it far away. For the patient, the person, they can realize absolute truth and is formless to the neophyte, a transcendental form to the expert. Okay, done. One more verse, we finished the first answer. One more question now. The sages and Namisharani, the fifth one. This form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, the source and indestructible seed of multi-phase incarnation within the universe. The particles and portion of this form, different living entities like demigods and others are created. Yes, Mataji, you continue.
The Purusha, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahatattva, entered in each of them as the second Purusha, Garbhodakshai Vishnu. When he was he saw that within the universe there was only darkness and space without a resting place. He filled half of the universe with water from his own perspiration and laid himself down on the same water. This water was called Garbhodaka. Then, from his navel, the stem of the lotus flower sprouted, and on the flower petals, the birth of Brahma, or the master engineer of the universal plan, took place. Brahma became the engineer of the universe, and the Lord himself took charge of the maintenance of the universe as Vishnu. Brahma was generated from Rajoguna of Prakriti, or the mode of passion in nature, and Vishnu became the Lord of the mode of goodness. Vishnu, being transcendental to all the modes, is always aloof from materialistic affection. This has already been explained. From Brahma there is Rudra, Shiva, who is in charge of the mode of ignorance or darkness. He destroys the whole creation by the will of the Lord. Therefore, all three, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are incarnations of the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. From Brahma, the other demigods like Daksha, Marichi, Manu, and many other became incarnated to generate living entities within the universe. This Garbhodakshai Vishnu is glorified in the Vedas in the hymns of Garbhastuti, which being with the description of the Lord as having thousands of heads, etc. The Garbhodakshai Vishnu is the Lord of the universe, and although he appears to be lying within the universe, he is always transcendental. This also has already been explained. The Vishnu, who is the plenary portion of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, is the super soul of the universal life, and he is known as the maintainer of the universe, or Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So the three features of the original Purusha are thus understood, and all the incarnations within the universe are emanations from this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. In different millennia, there are different incarnations and they are innumerable, although some of them are very prominent, such as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Rama, Narasimha, Vamana, and many others. These incarnations are called Leela incarnations. Then there are qualitative incarnations such as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva or Rudra, who take charge of the different modes of material nature. Lord Vishnu is non-different from the personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is in the marginal position between the personality of Godhead and the living entities or jivas. Brahma is always a jiva tattva. The highest pious living being or the greatest devotee of the Lord is empowered with the potency of the Lord for creation, and he is called Brahma. His power is like the power of the sun reflected on valuable stones and jewels. When there is no such living being to take charge of the post of Brahma, the Lord himself became a Brahma and takes charge of the post. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary living being. He is the plenary portion of the Lord, but because Lord Shiva is in direct touch with material nature, he is not exactly in the same transcendental position as Lord Vishnu. The difference is like that between milk and curd. Curd is nothing but milk, and yet it cannot be used in place of milk. The next incarnations are the Manus. Within 1 day's duration of the life of Brahma, which is calculated by our solar years as 4,300,000 into 1,000 years, there are 14 Manus. Therefore, there are 420 Manus in 1 month of Brahma and 5,040 Manus in 1 year of Brahma. Brahma lives for 100 years of his age, and therefore there are 5,040 into 100 or 504,000 Manus in the duration of Brahma's life. There are innumerable universes with one Brahma in each of them, and all of them are created and inhalated during the breathing time of the Purusha. Therefore, one can simply imagine how many millions of Manus there are during one birth of the Purusha. The Manus who are prominent within this universe are as follows: Yajna as Swayambhu Manu, Vibhu as Swaroshya Manu, Sisa Manu, Satyasena as Uttama Manu, Hari as Tamasa Manu, Vaikunta as Raivatha Manu, Ajita as Chakshushu Manu, Vamana as Vaivastata Manu. The present age is during the Vaivastata Manu. Sarvabhauma as Shavarni Manu, Rishabha as Dakshavarni Manu, Vivashkena as Brahma Sharvani Manu, Dharma Setu as Dharma Sarvani Manu, Sudhama as Rudra Sharvani Manu, Yogeshwara as Deva Sharvani Manu, and Brahadbuna as Indra Sharvani Manu. These are the names of one set of 14 Manus covering 4,300,000,000 solar years of described above. Then there are the Yugavataras, or the incarnations of the millennia. The Yugas are known as Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. The incarnations of each Yuga are of different color. The colors are white, red, black, and yellow. In the Dwapara Yuga, Lord Krishna in black color appeared, and in Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya is in yellow color appeared. So, all the incarnations of the Lord are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. There is no scope for an impostor to become an incarnation, for an incarnation must be mentioned in the Shastras. An incarnation does not declare himself to be an incarnation of the Lord, but great sages agree by the symptoms mentioned in the revealed scriptures. The features of the incarnations and the particular type of mission which he has to execute are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Apart from the different direct incarnations, there are innumerable empowered incarnations. They are also mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Such incarnations are directly as well as indirectly empowered. When they are directly empowered, they are called incarnations, but when they are indirectly empowered, they are called vibhutis. Directly empowered incarnations are the Kumaras, Narada, Prutha, Shesha, Ananta, etc. As far as vibhutis are concerned, they are very implicitly described in the Bhagavad Gita in the Vibhuti Yoga chapter. And for all these different types of incarnations, the fountainhead is Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
Okay, so we finished the answer to the important question about Purusha avatars. Okay, so and in this, the more important point was that all the Manus are protected. Each Manu roughly lives for 300 million years. And there are 14 Manus, 4.3 billion. Yeah? If you multiply 14 into 300, it's 4.2 billion. So roughly, this is 300 changes there. Million is the life of a Manu. And the Bhagavad Gita was heard by Sun God before the birth of our Manu. Our Manu is Vaivasvata Manu. Vaivasvan heard it. Even Vivasvate Yoga Proktamana. And our Manu has now lived 120 billion years of his life out of 300 million years. So Gita was spoken by Krishna to Vivasvan 120 million years ago. Just imagine. And this is recently spoken. And he said, I spoke to Vivasvan. Evam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahoyam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manu Ikshvaki Everbri. This is in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter. You can locate these verses. Beginning 4.1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are all interesting thing is all the Manus their names are given. Now see, each prediction is 300 million years later. Okay, this Manu Krishna knows, the Vaivasvata knows. How do you know the name of the next one? How is Bhagavatam listing the names of all the Manus, 14 Manus? It's already listed, proper that just taken from verses. How can you talk about 300 million next? After 300 million years, this Manu will be there. And he'll rule for 300 million years. Next, see, the day of Brahma, 4.3 billion years. The executive director is Manu. ED. It's like what a bank ED. He is a CEO. Brahma hands over to Manu. Manu runs the show. So Manu is also an incarnation called Manvantara Avtara. So we have 6 kind of incarnations listed. Yes. Anybody can tell me what are the 6 kind of incarnations? Prabha Mataji, Kamalesh, what are the 6 kind of incarnations of the Lord? That is a describe this whole big purport of describing the 6 kind of incarnation. One is 3 are there in the question itself. One is Leela Avatara, one is Purusha Avatara, and then this is the third was Krishna himself too. Then Leela Avatara, Purusha Avatara. Then after that, 4 more. Manvantara Avatara, Guna Avatara, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha called Guna Avatara. Then Yuga Avatara, Shakti Avatara. Last one was Shakti. Direct empowered incarnation. Shakti has been empowered. And just like many personalities, the Shakti Vesh has been given. Narada is called Shakti Vesh Avatar. He has Bhakti Shakti of the Lord. If you meet somebody, you become devotee.
Prabhuji, your voice is not clear, Prabhuji.
I know why. Now it's clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, sorry. Now, you see there are 6 kind of incarnations. Tell me the 6 kind of incarnation we just discussed. Revise. Yes, Kamalesh, what are the 6 kind of incarnations? Demon.
Purusha.
Haan, chalo.
Purusha.
Yes, then?
Leela Avatara.
Yes, 2.
Guna Avataras.
Guna Avatara 3.
And
Manvantara Avatara.
And this thing, Satya Yuga.
That is Yuga Avatara.
Yeah.
And last is Shaktivesh Avatara. Okay, so we have 6 kind of incarnations. Okay. Manavantara Avatara, Guna Avatara, Leela Avatara, Purusha Avatara, Shaktivesh Avatara, and Yuga Avatara. The 6 tarah ke avatar hote hain. That's what it describes. And Krishna is the origin of all. Now, having explained that, the list of incarnations start. Generally, when we know of the list, we know of the list of from the next verse. List is starting. There is a description in the 6th of Kumaras and 7th of the boar. Then Devashi Narada, Narayana Rishi, Kapila, Dattatreya, Yagna, Rishabha, Prithu, Matsya, Kurma, Dhanavantari, Mohini Murti, Narsimha, Vamana, Bhrigupati, Vyasa, Rama, Balarama, Buddha, Kalki. 25. But so 6 to 25 means 20 incarnations are listed here. Okay? But we generally never hear 20. We hear 10. Actually, more will come because this 3 Purusha can be added, 23. So 23 are listed here. Correct, Mataji? 6 to 25, that means 20 are here. And then 1 to this was Karnodakshi, Garbhodakshi, Shiro, these are the Purusha Avataras. So, but generally we hear it Dashavatara. So, because Dashavatara is Leela Avataras. And it is not a complete list. It is Jayadeva Goswami just selected 10 prominent ones. But actually their incarnations are 6 kinds. Not only Leela. There is Purusha Avatara, there is Shaktivesh Avatara, there is Manvantara Avatara, there is Guna Avatara. Correct? Like Kumaras now. They mention incarnation. That is not Vishnu. It's empowered incarnation. The Jnana Shakti was given to them. You got it? So therefore, we see much more than 10 here. Is it reasonable? Understood? Hemant, did you understand the point?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay? Because there are 6 kind of incarnations, so we're not only 10. When Jayadeva Goswami glorifies the Dashavatara, very popular, there is a songs also he has composed. He only talks about Leela Avataras, but actually there are 6 kind of incarnations. Okay? So let us discuss all of them. So that's what it will start now from the next one. And interesting.
So Leela Avatara only 10.
Prominently, what he selected out, because if you see certain things he has not manifested. Okay. Okay. Descend, avatariti iti, who comes down. Just like sometimes you go down below, and if you go drink some water, you're gone down. So you need not go down, but you go down.
But what is still present?
Eternally present. These forms are eternally present in the spiritual world. But the Lord sometimes comes down. Yeah. And sometimes he comes down, sometimes he empowers. Like Gunavataras are empowerment of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. Empowerment. The Lord is still in Vaikuntha. Correct? What do you say? Makes sense? See, Lord comes down or his potency comes down.
Depending on the requirement.
Depending on the requirement. Okay, anything to add, Prabha Mataji? If you are still there. Kamalesh, you want to add anything? Hemant? Everybody's fine? We go to the next question.
Clear, Prabhu.
Clear 6. The shloka 6 to 27. Okay, this will be the incarnation of the Lord, and there will be some very beautiful. Yeah. Shaktivesh Avatara Narada. Empowered. Narada is very powerful. He's given respect like God. Empowered. Is a Prithu, empowered. He is not Vishnu, he is empowered. But is as good as he is given worship like all the great saints, Mataji, are also empowered with bhakti. Therefore, they are given respect. Sakshad Haritvena Samasa Shastra. In the morning we sing, no? We give him respect because they Manvantara Avatar, all the Manus. They are empowered. Yuga Avatara is like we have the 4 personalities. Like this Yuga Avatara is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, in each Yuga. Okay, we continue now. Shloka 6 talks about the Kumaras. Yes, everybody is ready? Fresh? We are tired already or we continue?
We continue, Prabhuji.
First of all, in the beginning of creation, there are 4 unmarried sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, who, being situated in the vow of celibacy, underwent the severe austerities for realization of absolute truth. Yes, Kamalesh, read. You have a lot of energy.
Yes, Prabhu.
Loudly, clearly. Huh?
The creation of the material world is affected, maintained, and then again annihilated at certain intervals. So there are different names of the creations in terms of the particular types of Brahma, the father of the living beings in the creation. The Kumaras, as above mentioned, appeared in the Kumara creation in the material world, and to teach us the process of Brahman realization. They underwent a severe type of disciplinary action as bachelors. These Kumaras are empowered incarnations. And before executing the severe types of disciplinary actions, all of them became qualified Brahmanas. This example suggests that one must first acquire the qualifications of Brahmana, not simply by birth, but also by quality, and then one can undergo the process of Brahman realization.
First desire, first deserve, then desire. You want to know God, first qualified. You see, they did so much tapasya, the 4 sons. In fact, that was Krishna's kindness to Brahma. He sent his 4 sons empowered with knowledge. So Brahma was benefited actually. And there is very interesting instance once these 4 Kumaras asked a question that Brahma could not answer. And then Lord came as a Hamsa Avatara and answered that question. You heard about that? And these 4 sons refused to get married. Okay, anybody knows about 4 sons, please tell me. They refused to get married and Brahma became so angry, Shiva was born out of anger. And these 4 sons also have a sampradaya, Kumar sampradaya, in which Nimbarka Swami, the great Acharya. The 4 Sanat Kumaras. These 4, tell me about the pastimes of the 4 Kumaras, anybody? You know, when they came, Prithu Maharaj, they visited and they gave so much wonderful knowledge to Prithu Maharaj in Bhagavatam. And after that, the Prithu Maharaj, therefore known as worshipper, perfection of worship, because they worship the great sages. And they reveal beautiful knowledge. They're also there in Chitraketu pastime, and Chitraketu got darshan of the Lord. The Lord came in a beautiful white form. At that time, 4 Kumaras were worshipping him. So they are in and out there in various places.
Also, they have cursed the Jaya and Vijaya for not letting
Yes.
Vaikuntha.
Okay? Because of them, this whole pastime occurred. Very beautiful. Yes. Anything else about 4 Kumaras? Prabha Mataji, anything we missed about 4 Kumaras?
And also they imagine that initially that Lord Krishna is without any form as a light, but the moment they enter inside, they see that Krishna has got a form and is a beautiful form.
What did they interact with? Most important thing. The smell of Tulsi and the lotus feet of Narayana.
Tulsi.
They got darshan of Narayana, not Krishna. And they saw Lakshmi with Narayana, and after cursing, actually the Narayana appeared there. Okay, it's connected both the pastimes. And when Narayana appeared there, the 4 Kumaras looked at Narayana, so beautiful. Bhagavatam describes that instance. And they smelled the Tulsi from the lotus feet of the Lord. They just fainted. And they, Prabhupada said they were put into, from Brahmananda put into Krishnananda. They started relishing the beautiful personality of the Lord. And they became great devotees, and they started a Vaishnava Sampradaya. They had heard from their father that Krishna is there, Narayana is there, but they had not realized it. They realized it until Brahman. So they had the power to reach Vaikuntha. It's not easy. You cannot reach Vaikuntha door, correct? And they reach. Who is doing this? Who is calling me? Why is he calling me?
And also, since Brahma wanted all the 4 Kumaras to get married for continuing the life of life in the material world, but they refused to grow up. Just because if they grow up, they will be able to, they will have to get married. So they curse themselves that they will stay as 5-year-old children.
Why they remained as...
Because Brahma wanted them to get married so that the progeny continues, but they they wanted to be the servitors for Lord Vishnu. That's why they cursed themselves that their body will remain as 5-year-old kids only.
So they never have to get married, no?
Correct.
The first brahmacharis in the universe. Ah. In fact, Brahma becomes very upset with them. It's a great population. If you're not interested, they're totally self-realized sages. Interesting. Yes. Chalo.
Those four Kumaras do.
Huh?
Names of those Kumaras you asked.
What are the names of the 4 Kumaras?
Sanaka, Sanandana,
Then?
Sanat Kumara.
Then?
I forgot the fourth name.
What are the 4 names of 4 Kumaras? What are the 4 names of the Kumaras? Hare Baba. I'm getting confused now. Google. Everything is Google. Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara. Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara. Okay? Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara. Okay. Chalo, let us go back. Okay. This is over. First, everybody knows about the we had a discussion of the Kumaras. Everybody knows they are strict was celibacy. They endeavored severe austerity, realization of the absolute truth. The main point to be taken. Then about Varaha, the next one. Varaha Avatara, the list is coming. Varaha is there in the Dashavatara list. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices, accepted the incarnation of the bow, the second incarnation, and for the welfare of the earth, he lifted the earth from the neither regions of the universe. Yes. Who is going to read about this? You want to read, Prabhuji?
The indication is that for each and every incarnation of the personality of Godhead, the particular function executed is also mentioned. There cannot be any incarnation without a particular function, and such functions are always extraordinary. They are impossible for any living being to perform. The incarnation of the boar was to take the earth out of Pluto's region of filthy matter. Picking up something from a filthy place is done by a boar. And the all-powerful personality of Godhead displayed this wonder to the Asuras, who had hidden the earth in such a filthy place. There is nothing impossible for the personality of Godhead, and although he played the part of a boar by the devotees, he is worshipped, staying always in transcendence.
Okay. So then, according to the past time, because Lord needed to do that activity that time, just wait a minute, I need to take something.
One question.
Just wait. Yeah.
Why are there many Varaha temples? There are Rama temples, Krishna temples, Narasimha temples.
You're not seeing Varaha temples?
Not many.
Okay.
But any particular reason?
No. See what happens? Huh?
Not very common.
I've seen in Vishakhapatnam, some East India, there are some Kurma Desha, Kurma Avatara. हो सकता है
Tirupati, we have Varaha temple. In Tirumala. Lord Venkateshwara, we'll have to take.
But not very common. Not very common.
See, mainly people in India worship Rama, Krishna, Narayana,
Not four. Matsya also.
Vamana.
Hey, Tirupati has Varaha temple?
No, Vamana.
Yes, Prabhuji, Varaha temple is there. In Tirumala, we have to take first Varaha darshan and then we'll have to go into Tirumala temple.
First is Varaha Deva.
वराह स्नान उसके बाद स्नान किया था फिर हम
ठीक है. Chalo.
तिरुपति
And also we have in then Varaha Dev in which other place? He is there, and whom did he kill? Chalo, let us understand.
Hiranyaksha,
Hiranaksha, how did he kill him?
with his tusk.
Yeah.
He picked up the earth from the.
Your voice. Take care, Kamlesh. Your voice becomes unclear sometimes. Take care. Okay, there is nothing impossible. Take care. So he lifting earth is a big task. It's very huge. So Lord did it. And then looking for something in a field. See, we heard about the Garbhodaka ocean. Now this is Vedic cosmology. It's difficult for you to conceive. There is an ocean called Garbhodaka ocean. Under the Lord is lying, and the planets are floating. But this Hiranaksha did something. Earth fell. The Prabhupada said we should be careful. We don't, scientists are also talking about something dangerous which can happen. Earth can flip.
Out of orbit.
Not out of. It can flip.
Right.
It can north-south. Even the poles actually keep flipping. The north-south poles once in a while flip. Even for sun it flips. But sometimes the earth has flipped in the history. They say, because whatever they say may not be true. But they have seen lot of lakhs of living entities buried in ice.
Yeah.
So they have conceptualized it is because earth flipped some time ago. Now, suppose it flips and India becomes the North Pole or South. Just imagine what is going to happen. It will freeze and millions of people will die. So therefore, we should be very careful. Prabhupada says when we pull out the dig and pull, we may be changing the just like when you drive a car. Aren't you careful? The car can flip because center of gravity is high, particularly this Wagon-R. CG is very high. If you take high speed, car can easily flip because CG is high. The same way the earth can also flip. If you propose that too much you do exploration in the earth, it may disturb the situation. So Hiranaksha, what it did, earth fell out of the orbit itself, fell on the Garbhodaka ocean. And then Lord Vara came because Brahma was thinking what to do. It's too much of a thing to do. I don't know what to do now. He was thinking. But the Varadev was born actually came out from the nose of Brahma. And Brahma saw, it took a huge form within a second, a massive form in the sky. Then all the sages, everybody started offering prayers to them. They knew Lord Vishnu has come. And they offered wonderful prayers. So he says he accepts all the sacrifices. And then he roared, accepting the sacrifices. And then he hit the Garbhodaka ocean, which you can't imagine. You can conceptualize how big the ocean will be. And the ocean was as it tore into two pieces when the heavy weight of it, when you throw a stone, the water waves fly, as if the ocean is crying, leave me alone, And then he goes down and he looks for the earth planet and he picks up. On the way, this person comes to fight. Hiranaksha, what are you doing? I have put it here, Who are you? So there is a fight. And Varaha kills him and puts the earth back in its place.
That is why Varaha shows that globe on his thumb.
And imagine the size you have to hold the globe like a small thing.
Yeah, he on his horns.
Like a tennis ball.
Yeah, so it's a huge form of the Lord. Okay? So Lord Prabhupada is saying, although the form was boar form, it is not abominable. Whenever you see Sumar, what we say? Chi, chi, chi. You can't say that for the Lord. It's Lord himself. The form is transcendental. These are all eternal transcendental forms, sometimes manifested in this world. They're called avatara. It's eternally existent. But sometimes the Lord comes down to show his pastime. Okay, staying always in transcendence. Lifted the earth. Tritiyam, third. In the millennium of the Rishi, the personality Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected the exposition of the Veda but deal with devotion service that inspire non-fruitive action. Who wants to read? Babu, आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं?
Great Rishi Narada, who is empowered incarnation of personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and species of life are his disciples. Srila Vyasadeva, the compiler of Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples. Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis or the fruitive workers to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy the life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all aspects of life. The fruitive works includes all kinds of economic development plans, but the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound up by such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of the bad work is comparative material distress. But material conditions, either in so-called happiness or so-called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in the unconditional state. Sri Narada informed these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives directions to the diseased men of the world how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The, the physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of curd for his sufferings from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So the cause of disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of one's labor. That will lead one to the path of Nashkarmya or liberation.
Nashkarmya karma. Okay. Anybody wants to say, Prabhupada ji, Narada ki koi pastime? Please tell. You know any pastime? Yes, Mataji. You are muted, Mataji.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are on Narada now. Anything you remember about Narada? Any deal of Narada?
Yeah, he was a son of a maid servant in his past life.
Yes.
And he used to have the remnants of food by the saints, and I think that's why he became great sage.
Yeah.
Is that right?
The power of Mahaprasad is shown through Narada.
Mahaprasad, yeah.
And also he did some service. Power of service and Mahaprasad, correct?
Yeah.
Great acharyas and you have to serve them. You see the Prabhupada said, therefore in ISKCON, all of you become great devotees. By serving each other, you will all become very powerful. Because Narada, all he could do was a small boy, do little meaningless service and take prasada. And he became a unique devotee in the history of the world. And then who are his great disciples of Narada?
Yes.
Vyasa Maharshi.
Yes, Vyasa Maharshi.
Valmiki. Valmiki.
Yes, Valmiki is also his disciple.
Yes, Valmiki Maharshi. Yeah.
Then Prahlad.
Prahlad, yes. Prahlad, yes.
Oh, we forgot Prahlad. This is, Dhruva. Dhruva is also his disciple.
Dhruva, yes.
All the people we see great devotees are all his disciples, so very unique. Prabhupada very nicely welcomes him in Bhagavatam. The first time the name of Narada is mentioned in Bhagavatam, Prabhupada said, we are so grateful for Narada to so kindly appear in the pages of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada welcomes him in Bhagavatam so nicely in his Bhagavatam. Very nice. So kindly the sage has appeared in the pages of Bhagavatam. He is in and out of every Vedic literature. And generally in movie they depict him as some big politician. He than a politician. He enhances Krishna's. See, we discussed how the Danavas and even Devatas disturb Krishna Lila, but pure devotees like Narada never disturb. Looks like they don't disturb, they actually enhance, they sweeten the Krishna Lila. It's not that everything is tight like that. Devotees have their freedom. They use their freedom to sweeten Krishna's Lila. Okay? Narada is always, you see in Krishna book how many times Narada appears. He comes and meet Krishna. Krishna, I know yesterday you did this, now I know tomorrow you'll do this. He tells tomorrow what you do. The whole thing is visible to him, past, present, future. Then you will kill him, then you will kill him, everything. Comes a fearless. He's totally fearless. No, he doesn't have scare. Imagine Ravana, he goes and meets Ravana. And very interesting personality. And they will talk to him. Even Kamsa talks to him very politely. Nobody is scared. He's not scared of anybody. That's bewildering. Imagine you are going to the lion's den, He's going to Ravana. Hey, what are you doing, Ravana? You're doing this to the Devatas, do this, huh? And Ravana was tied the Devatas on his, steps to the throne. So he was on the back side. He said, no, turn them. No, on the face you should. Because you want to accelerate Lord Rama to come and kill him. So his activities are very difficult to understand. And it happened in the Kamsa case. Kamsa left the first child. So Narada went, Arey, you left it? It can be any one of the 8. 8 means from where 8? It can be from first, from end. The Kamsa got confused. He started killing each one of them. So you can say, why did he do all this? No, he knows. Their death was anyway ascertained because of their shrapa they had, those 8 children. 6 children, they had a shrap. But that's a separate issue. But you may see he's disturbing Krishna, then he's not disturbing. He's sweetening Krishna, accelerating Krishna. He just wants Krishna to quickly come in this world, So it's difficult to understand. The Vaishnava Kriya Mudra is difficult to understand, but they never disturb the Lord Leela. And there is one more pastime. Any other pastime of Narada, where Narada showed great power? Kamalesh?
No, probably I don't remember.
Sita is not? Yeah, he told her. He told him. I don't know. I didn't know that. There's a very instance of Regari. And what is interesting is that instance is mentioned in the long stage slokas in Chaitanya Charitamrita and also in Bhagavatam. And you see the movement of Lord Chaitanya, it is delivering millions of Mrigaris. If Bhagavatam has to be written, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission will be so huge. Will be one full canto. Because one Mrigari means so many pages are mentioned, how the Mrigari change. And millions of Mrigaris are changed in Kali Yuga, correct? The special mercy. Another instance for Chitraketu. Chitraketu's son died. And he was Harshashoka, his name was. He was crying. Narada came. What Narada did? He made the child alive. It's so powerful. Actually, he has all the power. The devotee has all the powers. Very, very interesting. So Narada is anyway our guru in our Guru Parampara. He also composed a very nice book called Narada Pancharatra for worshipping the Lord. And Narada Bhakti Sutra, Angira came with Narada. And there is one more instance which is mentioned here, is that Narada teaches how we have stuck ourselves misusing our fruitive tendency. Same thing we can just turn towards the Lord. Chhodna nahi jodna hai. The example of milk and curd, Prabhupada gives here. The milk is bad, but turn into curd, it can solve the stomach problem. I recently had the problem. Similarly, we are doing activities. You don't have to stop doing activities. Do activities in a guided way to serve Krishna, to solve your problem. Huh? No, there is not. Looks like it is raining in England.
Probably one question.
Mataji, is it raining in England? That kind of sound is coming from England.
Probably one question. It says this Narada Pancharatra paints the karmis or fruity workers. why it is not appreciated.
Which one?
The sentence here.
Narada Pancharatra. See what happened. There is some kind of understanding that people say only by birth you can worship the Lord. But Narada is Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada Pancharatra are different. They're simple. It allows anybody. The example is given just by this. It is so powerful, this process. It can convert a person from any situation to come to devotion platform. So we, being followers of Narada, are not interested in birth.
But here it's not appreciated.
That's why Narada is saying Narada Pancharatra can take up any person and make him a Vaishnava. Correct?
But here it does.
What does it say? It says a fruity worker.
Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas, particularly for the devotions of the Lord. This Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis or the fruity workers to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruity work. Okay.
Yeah. Anybody can be saved. Man. Basically, Narada's approach is how the activity, because he is the bhakti, he is the acharya bhakti. Bhakti means what? Whatever activity you're doing, the fruit of that give to Krishna. That becomes very easy. It's not saying you go to the forest and stop activities. The one line of thought is stop activities, go to the forest. Many people think like that. I will stop
what you are doing.
And I'll go to Vrindavan, Govardhan, I'll sit now. Narada saying, do what you are doing, just connect it to the Lord. Chodna nahi, chodna hai. Yes, anything else to say on Narada? Prabha Mataji?
And Devarshi is the highest form, probably. Brahmashi, Devarshi, Maharshi. All those, there are 4 categories. Brahmarshi, Maharshi, Devarshi.
He's a Devarshi.
Yeah, he's a Devarshi. That's the highest, right? And in the Maharshi.
Devarshi means the guru of the Devatas.
Developers. He can
basically see they can use Karma Kanda Guru also. Bhakti Guru is, I think, the highest.
Okay.
He is giving you Krishna. What do you say?
He's the highest, but Rishi is has 4 categories.
So many are there. Brahmarshi, the gurus among the Brahmanas, Rajarshi, Guru,
Rajarshi,
Maharshi.
Rajarshi, Maharshi, Devarshi, Brahmarshi.
In that, which is the highest?
I don't know, some new question. Write down. Write down anything. Search karo. Huh?
1 and 2.
But for me, Narada is highest. He's giving you bhakti, which I want. He's the guru of the Devatas also. Devarshi Narada, they say. Devarishi. So sometimes those who are pious, they become Devata. If you are very pious, Punyatma, you become Devata. You are lucky sometimes, can be Narada there. So Narada visits the Devatas. Material world is rarely seen because they will go to people who are pure, correct? It's easy. When the wood is dry, it's easy to burn. The Narada is a guru of the Devata assembly hall. He keeps coming. You know, you will in Devata, you will in Indra's assembly hall. Indra is the king of the Devatas. Narada keeps coming. And Narada comes. You know, you have a chance to associate. But whether you take benefit or not, then it's your choice. That's a slow process, step by step. But why not practice now? Follow Narada's instruction and go back to that's our choice. Okay. Okay, we do one more now. Huh? 9 in Nar and Narayan Rishi. Yes. In the 4th incarnation, the Lord became Nar and Narayana, the twin sons of the wife of King Dharma. Thus he undertook severe, exemplary penance to control the senses. Everybody has read one time now.
King Vishnu advised his sons, tapasya or voluntary acceptance of penance for realization of the transcendence is the only duty of human being. It was so done by the Lord himself as an exemplary manner to teach us. The Lord is very kind to the forgetful souls. He therefore comes himself and leaves behind necessary instructions and also sends his good sons as representatives to call all the conditioned souls back to Godhead. Recently, within the memory of everyone, Lord Chaitanya also appeared for the same purpose, to show special favor to fallen souls of this age of iron industry. The incarnation of Narayana is worshipped still at Badrinarayan on the range of Himalayas.
They have no
Badrinath.
Okay? You have gone to Badrinath?
No.
Want to go? We'll go on. Yes. Prabhupada, you have gone to Badrinath?
No, Prabhuji.
He's talking there. One temple is there, Narayan Rishi. Okay? So they are actually doing intense tapasya there, but you cannot meet them. It is said that when Madhvacharya went to meet Vedavyasa, Vedavyasa is the actual guru of Madhvacharya. Vedavyasa instructed him. And after that, he took him to meet Narayana Rishi and they blessed him. So this is Narayana Rishi are there. Vedavyasa is also there, but you cannot see. Otherwise, Uddhava was sent by Krishna to go with a message for Narayana Rishi. Trying to understand what was that message. Okay.
Prabhuji, this shloka is about Naranarayana Rishi, is it, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Anything you know about Narayana Rishi?
No, Prabhuji.
Very interesting one pastime I know. Once what happened, Cupid, you know Cupid? He went to distract Narayana Rishi. Anybody trying to do tapasya, Indra thinks his seat is gone. The tapasya gives you punya, just like you go your home and they switch on movie. You say, I will not watch movie. You get punya. Switch on FIFA World Cup. You say, I will not watch it. You get punya. Punya means a responsible decision. So when you accumulate punya, it's a real currency. When you get a lot of punya, you can buy the seat of Indra. You can get that. And Indra is always worried when somebody is accumulating a lot of punya. Like Vishwamitra was doing tapasya, accumulating punya. Correct? He thought my seat is gone. He sent Menaka and he was finished. So Narayana Rishi also sent Cupid with some girls, heavenly girls. So Narayana Rishi, Narayana. Nar is Arjuna in that. Narayana is Narayana. So Narayana Rishi started laughing because Lord himself is standing there, Narayana. What will attract him? So he created Apsaras more beautiful than the Cupid had brought. And he ran away. That's a beautiful pastime. You heard about this? Kamalesh? Prabhupada
No, Prabhuji.
It's a beautiful pastime. He created Apsaras, they cannot even imagine the Devata. Just like when the Lord took the form of Mohini Murti, he was more beautiful than Lakshmi. Correct? So like that, he created beautiful Apsaras and Cupid ran away with all the girls. There is something dangerous. Chalo. Fifth incarnation, the Lord Kapila, the foremost among the perfect beings. He gave an exposition of the creative element of metaphysics to Asuri Brahmana, for in course of time the knowledge had been lost. Yes, Kamalesh, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The sum total of creative elements is 24 in all. Each and every one of them is explicitly explained in the system of Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy is generally called metaphysics by the European scholars. The etymological meaning of Sankhya is that which explains very lucidly by analysis of the material elements. This was done for the first time by the Lord Kapila, who is said herein to be the fifth in line of incarnations.
Okay. Lord Kapila, Prabhupada has written a book, Kapila Muni, the son of Devahuti. This is real Kapila, and there is one Nastic Kapila whom Vedavyasa defeated by his Vedanta. This Nastic Kapila talked about Sankhya without God. So Sankhya means to count. So how much he counted? He counted till
Prabhuji, there is a disturbance.
no, not disturbance. In England, it's raining.
Oh, is it Prabhuji? Sorry. Can I mute now?
Huh? Oh, you are going now?
No. Maybe in 10 minutes, Prabhuji.
We can. There is some rain in England. We are hearing rain in England. I don't know.
Sorry, Prabhuji. I'll mute myself then.
So, this is Kapila. The Kapila Muni story is very interesting. Anybody knows the story of Kapila Muni? What happened?
He preaches to his Mother.
Very nice. It features the mother. What is the name of the mother? Devahuti.
She gets a lot of knowledge.
What is the name of his father?
Forgot his name.
Kardama Muni.
Kardama.
Says born. Actually, Kardama Muni was a great sage and is doing intense tapasya and very advanced sage. But he's felt, I want a wife. So, because of his tapasya, the Lord appeared. And he said, I'm very happy with the tapasya, but you have a desire for a wife, I'll fulfill that. Wait a minute. So, Swayambhuva Manu came with his daughter, who is the very great Manu. Manu, the enlisted till there, Manu the Manus. He came with his daughter Devahuti. Manu himself came and offered his daughter to him. Please accept. And you know, Manu, I told you, is like a CEO, is a very big personality. And she lived in a cottage. She served him very menially. And she was very happy also, because he was a great sage. And later he felt after some time, what is this? This girl has become so thin and weak because of doing austerity. She's the daughter of a Manu. Yeah, so he is so powerful. He creates a palace out of nowhere with Siddhi and takes her all around the universe, soars all the universe. And then later gives her I think he gives certain daughters and then gives her a son. And the son is Kapila. The Lord himself incarnates. Okay?
The chapter is so beautiful.
Your chapter?
That whole,
What did you like? The roaming around the universe?
No, Kapila teaching his mother exactly what life is, what needs to happen.
Then after that.
She researched him with such a dedication.
The painting is so beautiful of Iskanand. So it's very beautiful instance. And then Kapila, then the father Kardama Muni, after that, after giving him the child, she said, I'll go now. And interesting, he's going for Vanvas at his home, Vishnu sitting. But he follows the tradition. He still goes. He circumambulates the sun, which is unusual to do. He circumambulates the sun and he goes for forest for tapasya as Vanaprastha. And the son at mother says, teach me spiritual knowledge. And mother starts asking question and he replies. And that is Kapila Muni. There is one more instance of Kapila Muni is that once some king's horse was stolen. That's why the Ganges has come down.
Yeah, Bhagavatam.
No, his horse was stolen. Bhagirath brings it down before ancestor. Is Sagara or somebody.
Yeah,
Sagara was very powerful. And he was doing Ashwamedha Yagna and Indra got scared. Equal number of Yagnas nobody should do because Indra has done 100. So I think he did 99 or something and something happened. And the horse got stolen and they searched for the horse and the horse was lying with Kapila Muni. So they thought Kapila Muni has stolen the horse. So they lifted the weapons. But Kapila Muni is in tapasya. He did not do anything. But blazing fire came out of him. And all those sons of the king were burned into ashes. So the later what happened was some descendant came searching wherever they saw a horse is still standing and all ash all around. So he asked Kapila, he said, those idiots are there, all your forefathers. Then he figured out how to deliver them. Somebody told him, get Ganges. But then from birth after birth, 2-3 generations, they tried to get Ganges down. It's not easy to get Ganges down. Finally, Bhagirathi, he was responsible for it. And the whole details are there, how Ganges is brought, how it was traveling. Big pastime is there. Okay, Kapila, anybody else knows any other pastimes of Kapila? Kapila, this is the real Kapila, son of Devahuti. It said Devahuti became fully self-realized by hearing Kapila, and their Prabhupada said there is a planet where Kapila resides, Vaikuntha, one special planet. And she went and joined with her beautiful son there. It's Kapila.
She's an example for all the women.
Huh.
She's a daughter of king. She was like a dasi, serving her husband. But nowadays women don't appreciate that.
He wants to read that thing to his wife.
Generally, the problem of Kali Yuga is women are not being subservient. They want equality with men. That's where the problem starts.
Mataji, you agree or disagree?
Even if she
Huh?
The husband should also.
He's saying husband should also be qualified for wife to be subservient.
No. See, let's forget about the husband. Let's forget about the husband. Just let's put two women together. Sister-in-law and mother-in-law. husband is out of the picture. Can they get along together? No. So forget husband, forget husband altogether. Just put sister-in-law and mother-in-law. They just cannot get along. And just last week I heard a comment. 1,000 mustaches can stay together for weeks. 2 jades, that's 2 braids, cannot be together for 5 minutes. I mean, this is woman told me.
केस डाल देंगे लोग इस पे अभी आजकल
woman told me this, not a man. Woman told me this.
It's on record now. Some people will put case on you.
No, don't worry. because they are going to have their...
He's ready to fight.
No, I don't have to fight it. Women are going to fight it among themselves. Because women know that better than me.
What does it say? Two women can...
1,000 mustaches, that's men. 1,000 men can stay in a place for a week or longer. But 2 braids, braid is jade.
Yeah.
They cannot be together for 5 minutes.
Now see what happens.
I heard it another way. 1,000 they can sit there peacefully, but if there are 2 or 3 women together, they can never be peaceful.
Now actually,
True.
but actually this does not. But this does not apply once you become a devotee.
Yeah, this applies to other, not the
non-devotee. When you are a devotee, this is out of picture. This will be out of
That's
picture.
why I'm saying Devahuti, exceptional.
That's what I'm saying. Because she became a devotee, she's overcome all these limitations.
Exceptional. And she supported, her husband all the way.
All the way.
She never demanded anything.
Never demanded. Except later part. This is what you said, if I remember correctly. She requested Kadwa Muni that because you are so busy in your tapasya, so at old age I need a son for my son. Then she said, then he realized this. Then he created that palace and everything.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. It's different. What she asked is different time compared to
Yeah, wife asking for a son is not unreasonable.
that's
It's reasonable.
natural. That's very natural. Women always want children.
Okay. Kapila Muni, chalo, aage chalo. The 5th incarnation, Lord Kapila, this is done. Mataji, पूरा इज्जत उड़ा दिया.
I'm just focusing.
He's telling the truth. What's going on?
अभी ये सब जो चल रहा है ना, अभी ये सब है. आज से 40-50 साल पहले नहीं था.
Yeah, now it's very dominant. Very.
Like Devahutis were there
Everywhere.
those times.
अभी तो बहुत गड़बड़ है.
Yeah.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है.
नहीं,
हमारे टाइम में ये सब नहीं था.
Yeah, just 20-30 years ago it was not
मुश्किल
like.
है. अभी
अभी हमारा भी बेहतर
Now it's
है.
completely.
अभी आगे जाके और
और
खराब हो जाएगा.
लेकिन अभी का जो जनरेशन है
Demanding बहुत ज्यादा.
तो उसमें नहीं वही नहीं है. पहले का अलग था.
Yeah, now generation has changed completely.
Okay, the 6th incarnation. Chalo, let us end in peace.
Empowerment.
Let us end in peace. The 6th incarnation of the Purusha was the son of Sage Atri. He was born of the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlad, and others, Yaduhaya, etc. This is Dattatreya. Yes. Kamlesh, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The Lord incarnated himself as Dattatreya.
Loudly.
The son. Prabhuji, my wife.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. The Lord incarnated himself as Dattatreya, the son of Rishi Atri and Anasuya. The history of the birth of Dattatreya as an incarnation of the Lord is mentioned in Brahmada Purana in connection with the story of the devoted wife. It is said that Anasuya, the wife of Rishi Atri, prayed before the Lords Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva as follows. My lords, if you are pleased with me and if you desire me to ask from you some sort of blessings, then I pray that you combine together to become my son. This was accepted by the lords, and as Dattatreya, the Lord expounded the philosophy of the spirit soul and especially instructed Alarka, Prahlada, Yadu, Haya, etc.
Okay. Recently we are reading in the Bhagavatam 7th canto, and we were reading when Prahlad Maharaj, after this Narsimha episode, he became the king and wants to gather spiritual knowledge. He just started traveling in his kingdom, and he meets a fat man lying down, who instructs Prahlad in spiritual knowledge. He sees that man is just lying down Ajagar Vritti, but his face is very bright. So he goes and the person gives wonderful, that is the Tattreya, actually, incarnation of the Tattreya. So that's why it said he instructed Prahlad. The Tattreya is a combined incarnation of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Okay. Three-headed incarnation. Okay. And he basically focused on the knowledge of the spirit soul. Not so much on devotion service. He gives the knowledge of the spirit soul. I think in Karnataka, Tattatreya is known. A lot of people.
Yes, Prabhuji. Near Gulbarga, there is one place called as, that is also one Dattapita is what is called as.
Kalgapur. Galgapur. Galgapur.
It's near
Ganagapur. Near Gulbarga. You are there only, no, in Gulbarga?
Yes, Prabhuji.
We can visit there. Ganagapur.
And also there is one more place near Raichur, in midst of river Krishna. That is also a Datta Kshetra is what was told, Prabhuji. Sripada Vallabhacharya
Visited there?
Yeah, I visited once, Prabhuji.
Okay, chalo. Okay, Yagna. The seventh incarnation of Yagna, the son of Prajapati, Ruchi, and the wife Akuti, controlled the period during the change of the Swayambhu of Manu, was assisted by the demigods such as his son Yama. Yes, we will read. Dhimant, you are still there. You like to read?
Yes. The administrative posts occupied by the demigods for maintaining the regulations of the material world are offered to the highly elevated PS living beings. When there is a scarcity of such PS living beings, the Lord incarnates himself as Brahma, Prajapati, Indra, etc. and takes up the charge. During the period of Swayambhuva Manu, the present period of Vayaswata Manu, there was no suitable living being who could occupy the post of Indra, the king of Indraloka, heaven, planet. The Lord himself at the time became Indra, assisted by his own sons like Yama and other demigods. Lord Yajna ruled the administration of the universal affairs.
Okay. Or assisted with demigods such as his own son Yama. Okay. So Indra. So sometimes there is nobody to occupy the post. Indra requires some minimum qualification. We sometimes say Indra is also Sakama Bhakta, but don't worry, he requires some minimum. It's a very big post. Indra, Brahma, sometimes there is nobody, so Lord Vishnu incarnates that time. Okay? So here is a case of Indra being taken over by Vishnu, and that is, the name is Yagna. And that happened in the time of Swayambhuva Manu. Our one is Vaivasvata Manu, son of Vivasvan. Evam Vaivasvate Yogam Proktaman. This Vaivasvata Manu was previously that Matsyavatara. There was a king. What is the name of the king who was saved by the Matsyavatara? Shata. From S the name is Shatrajit. Satyajit, I think. Satyajit. Satyavrata. Anybody remembers? Matsyavatara protected one king, and when he protected the king from the inundation, he asked wonderful questions to the Lord. And our Vaivasvata previous life was that. So he's a very great devotee. Imagine how great devotee he must be. Lord personally protected him. So Manu is also a very big post, only very qualified. So you should be eager to meet our Manu also. Actually, meet all these people, you'll be very happy. Indra, Brahma, they are very, very advanced personalities. Correct? Our Manu. Okay, any questions on this? Yagna, is it clear? We proceed. The eighth incarnation of the king Rishabha, the son of Navi, and the wife Merudevi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection followed by those who have fully controlled the senses and were honored by all the orders of life. Prabhuji, you also try one more.
The society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 by orders and statuses of life. the 4 divisions of occupation and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the laborer class are the 4 divisions of occupation. And the student life, the householder's life, retired life, and renounced life are the 4 statuses of cultural advancement towards the path of spiritual realization. Out of these, the renounced order of life, or the order of sannyasa, is considered the highest of all, and a sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyasa order, also, there are 4 stages of upliftment toward perfection. These stages are called Kutichaka, Bahudaka, Parivajaka Charya, and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaj Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and Meru Devi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sanctifies one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness, which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, but no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense of pleasure as a substitute for real happiness. But such foolish men forget that temporary so-called happiness derived from sense pleasures is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animal, bird or beast is bereft of this sense of pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya, or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasures are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the orders of sannyasa, and they can gradually rise to the status of the Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and the last stage, it became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage, not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all.
This is the Paramahamsa, totally self-realization. So this is the example of
Rishabhadeva. Rishabhadeva had 100 sons, and some of the sons became Paramahamsas, Navayogendras, and then some of them became Brahmanas, and I think 51 of them became Kshatriyas, and headed by Bharat Maharaj, was the eldest son. Indian name Bharat was after him. And before he left home, he called all his sons remaining at home, because some has gone away, become Brahmanas, some become Paramahamsas. He called the Kshatriya ones, and he gave them instructions. And those instructions are very, very beautiful. Nayam de bhajam niloke kashtana kamanarthi vidbhujam ye tapo divyam putrika yena sattvam shuddhe dasmad brahma sokyam tunantam. Beautiful instructions are there for us to relish in the pages of Bhagavatam. So this is Rishabhadeva. And after giving instruction, he left home, and he totally achieved the Paramahamsa situation, totally indifferent to eating, sleeping, everything. And the discussion in Bhagavatam on that. In fact, Jain Dharma is born out of imitating the activities of Rishabhadeva. And Bhagavatam mentions it. Bhagavatam mentions it, that the Jain Dharma is born out of this imitation of Rishabhadeva. Okay. They accept Rishabhadeva and Jain people as their one of the top personality, but they don't follow his teachings. Rishivi yachito bheje navamam parthivam vapuhu dugdhe maam oshadir vipras tenayam sa ushattamaha. O Brahmana, the ninth incarnation the Lord prayed for by the sage accepted the body of the king Prithu, cultivated the land to yield various produces, and for that reason the earth was beautiful and attractive. कौन पढ़ेगा? बाबू आप पढ़ेंगे?
14. Before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to the vicious life of previous king, the father of Maharaja Prithu. The intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the Brahmana, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after all around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of the Lord, and the Lord came as Maharaja Prithu. Real intelligent men or qualified Brahmana never aspire for political post. Maharaja Prithu excavated many produces from the earth, and thus not only did the citizens become happy to have such a good king, but the complete site of the earth also became beautiful and attractive.
Okay. This is Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is. Anybody know something to say?
Yes,
No, you take care of your mic.
Now is it clear, Prabhuji?
Yeah, now it's clear. Yeah.
Prithu Maharaj was renowned for his Vigraha Archana in the Navavidha Bhakti.
Of which one?
Prithu Maharaj
Is renowned for?
the Varchana. Vigraha Archana for in the Navavidha Bhakti.
Yeah. That's fine. Now tell something more.
And only that much, Prabhuji.
Now there is something very, actually what happens is that there is different personalities. Just let me see. I made actually all the chapters. I have my PPT. I'll see if I can show you all the revise what we did today. If it comes, let it come. So what happens is that Prithu Maharaj's father was named as, who was the personality? His father, who was killed by the sages. Vena. Vena's father was Anga. So Anga gave birth to Vena. You know, king at that time used to train their children. And the children are trained very nicely. And that's one of the responsibility of the king, to give a good child to the kingdom, so that, you know, next ruler he trains and he gives. But what happens in this case was, I just wait, I'm trying to do something. Yeah, here it is. I will show you one. Yes. So then what happens is that the king Vena was so crazy that the Anga ran away to the forest. He said, I just can't manage this. He said, let me take care of myself, because he has to go for Vanaprastha and there is no king. He said, the limit how much I can take care. I can't offer anything and there is nobody qualified. He just says, okay, I did my duty, try to do my duty, and I take care of myself, and he goes away. And then what happens? People are so sad. They search for King Anga. He was such a great devotee, such a great king. They could not find him. And then now remains Vena. Now his son is there. And they think, and all the thieves and rogues start disturbing the kingdom, because there is no king, means, you know, all the like Naxalites, all people take control. So what we should do now? So then what they do, they make Vena only the king. Let us try. So when Vena became the king, he was so cruel. Even as a child, he was so cruel, he used to kill children and his childhood. He was so cruel. So when he came on the throne, all the thieves disappeared because he will just slaughter them. But he himself became the biggest follower. And he ordered to stop all the worship of God. I am God. So all the sages went to him. They said, what is all this nonsense? Why you're stopping us to worship God? What God you seeing? There is no God. Can't you see me? I am the one, the sages are living on Dakshina. I am the one feeding you. And you worship some other personality. I am God, idiots. And they give Shrapa and they killed him just by Shrapa. He died there. They are so powerful sages. But then again, there is no king. Again, problem in the kingdom. Again, thieves overtook Rani. And now they did something mystic. They came with the body of the Vena. They created first one child with no Nishada, black, like sin personified, and they sent him away. And then came Prithu Maharaj, fully grown as a king, not that as a child, with his wife, Atri or something, Archi, a wife. Like Lakshmi Narayana came, incarnation of the Lord. He is incarnation, he is empowered incarnation. He is not Lakshmi Narayana, but the potency is there. And he came with Shashan Shakti, how to rule. So when he was ruling the earth, he saw there is no food. So he took his bow and arrow and attacked the earth. And when he attacked the earth rushed and it took a form of a cow because generally nobody will kill a cow. And started running here and there. But he was not leaving, you're not feeding. Finally, she stopped. He said, I don't want to feed your citizens. They're so sinful. So then Prabhupada says, he is incarnation of Vishnu. Even God wants to feed you. Mother Earth will not feed you if you are sinful. So therefore, if you become the humanity, we are all trying economic development, but actually best thing is become devotee. Then we see the example in the Vedic history. People are so opulent. The nature will happily give the resources which are abundantly will give resources. But today people are remaining atheist and trying economic development. So that was not the way. Now I think that's enough for the day. I'll just revise it today. I'll show you. I made PPT. Everybody's ready for a revision? I have a PowerPoint. You all can see. Kamalesh, you can see the PowerPoint?
No, Prabhuji. Yes, now I can see, Prabhuji.
Everybody can see. Okay, this is actually, if I use PowerPoint, I can finish one chapter at a time because it has a nutshell. We did this for first canto long time ago with some group. So therefore, this is there. In fact, more people will come if I use PowerPoint because it is fast. People want tuck, tuck, tuck. Everything Kali Yuga wants tuck, tuck. But then we miss Prabhupada's beautiful purpose. So it's like trade-off. Okay, this is the first one. He read the shloka, the first one, and then this shloka talks about, you go Mahavishnu, you can see? Hare Krishna, you are all able to see Mahavishnu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Huh? You want me to make it still bigger?
You ask them, you can see.
Dikh raha hai na? Next is we talked about the Garbhodakshay Vishnu and Lakshmi is massaging his lotus feet. It says Lakshmi is never tired. She's feeling so much nectar, she doesn't leave those lotus feet. So she gets them. And they said, next one was Shirodakshay Vishnu, a beautiful picture, the Lord in your heart. Okay? Inside both organic and inorganic object goes everywhere. Another picture. This is the lotus feet. Take darshan of Paramatma sitting in your heart. And first thing you are supposed to see the lotus feet. It's so kind in your heart, and that's why your body is moving, you're living, you're conscious, you're able to perceive the world. It says whatever information you get, it doesn't go to the soul directly. First goes to Paramatma and then it gives. Because we can't interact with matter, we can't move matter. Paramatma does. The Lord is the only enjoyer, that was the principle. Then the second part, Shlokat. Okay. Garbhodakshay Vishnu, this is Brahma. Correct? Garbhodakshay Vishnu gives birth to Brahma. This is some, I have to take care of the slides still. Okay, there. These are the 6 kind of incarnation. Purusha Avatara, 3 Purushas, Guna Avatara, 3 Guna Avataras. Correct. Which are the 3 Guna Avataras? Vishnu Mahesha. Take a Leela Avataras, innumerable. Manvantara Avataras, 14 Manus. Yuga Avataras, 4 different Yugas. Shaktivesh Avataras, again innumerable, empowered incarnation. Srimad Bhagavatam continues 6. That was the description I gave of the life. You see, Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years, Dwapar Yuga is double, Treta Yuga is triple, Satya Yuga is 4 times. 4x, 3x, 2x, x is 10x. 4.3 million years is one set of yugas. 71 such yugas are with Manu. Therefore, Manu's life is 306.72 billion years. And then 14 Manus form 1 day of Brahma. That becomes 1 day of Brahma is 1 Kalpa is 4.32 billion years. Same length as his night. Day and night together, that is 1 day of Brahma. The whole life of Brahma becomes 311.04 trillion years. Everybody can see this? I think I've shown you all these calculations before. Okay? So I was calculating the present life of our Brahma is 155.522 trillion years. Our Brahma's present, he is, how your birthday is this many years, is 155.522 trillion years. But why the scientists are not able to see? Because creation is in the stages of creation and destruction. Creation, every day Brahma creates and destroys. So if they look at some object, try to, by that calculate life of Brahma, they will not be able to do. They will not be able to see this day. They can only see this day. But Brahma has been creating and destroying for a long time. Every day he creates and every day he destroys. 4.32 billion years, within that they can see. But the higher planetary systems are not destroyed. So there you can see a little more, if you see. But Earth cannot be more than 4.32 billion years. It cannot be more, because that's a day of Brahma. Correct? He destroys, creates, destroys. Okay. There were 4 unmarried sons, the 4 Kumaras. This is the famous pastime that I think Kamalesh talked about. Then another, you see that's taking darshan of Vishnu, looking so beautiful. And this is another one. They are, see how much taking pleasure in seeing Vishnu. Then we talked about the incarnation, second one of Bor, Varaha Deva. This is Varaha lifting the earth. You can see the pastime. दिख रहा है वराह देव का रिवाइज कर रहे हैं. Varaha Dev का ये रहा, Brahma is all with the devatas are worshipping him. He is lifting the earth. And this is the fight with the Hiranaksha. Okay? This is from Bhagavatam, this painting. Okay? The third one, Narada, you know, he is a guru of Vedavyasa. He can travel anywhere. In fact, this Veena is gifted by Krishna to him. And a great pleasure, he keeps on singing. This is how he was a small child. By serving, he became. He becomes a guru of Dhruva Maharaj, who becomes a great devotee. He's a guru of this Mrigari we all talked about. He's a guru of the Mrigari pastime. He is also the, we forgot, Nalakuvera Kakko, Managriva. Narad nahi shrap diya tha unko. And there's also a pastime in Bhagavatam where this is Yudhishthira approaches Narada and he says, why is Krishna so partial? Krishna is God, he should not be partial. I feel he's too partial. Then Narada explains he's never partial. That's a beautiful narration of the 7th canto. And then I talk about Narayan Rishi. And Narayan Rishi, this is the temple, Badrikashram temple here. Ye upar aapka hai mandir, inside deities. And Panchama Kapila, we talked about the Kapila. He gave instruction to his mother. It's a beautiful painting. Again. Then Shashtam, 6th one is Dattatreya. This is the form of Dattatreya, 3-headed form. Okay? Combined incarnation of the Lord. Then the more incarnations come in the Bhagavatam. About Yagna, we talked about Yagna. This is the picture where the Lord took form of Indra to accept. Then Ashtame Rishabha, we talked about Rishabhadeva, who instructed Bharat Maharaj with all those other sons. And he showed a lot of renunciation. And then we talked about Prithu. We just talked about Prithu. Prithu Maharaj was born from the dead body of his father. You can see with his wife. And when he took the throne, all the devatas came to worship him because he's the Shaktivesh avatar of the Lord. They offered him. You see, Lord Shiva has come, all the devatas have come. Just like in Vamana also we see all the devatas come to offer him. Interesting. And he worshipped the 4 Kumaras very wonderfully. Therefore, he is called, in worship, he is an example. Because worshipping Lord means worshipping his devotees also. So he worshipped the devotee. And this is the one I told you was chasing the earth, because earth did not give food. So earth took form of a cow and ran. And he said, I'll kill you. And then after that, especially from Satyavata river to the Lord, particularly in Canada. That is the Matsya Avatara. We'll do that tomorrow. Next Sunday. Okay, this is enough for today. So what do you want to remember from today? Is there any shloka which was particularly? I don't think today any shloka like that. It will come. Beautiful shlokas will come now. Nice.
Even though when Atte is filled with sinful people, why is the Lord asking us to give food? Because it's filled with the sinful people.
No, he's teaching a lesson.
Because
He's giving, he's giving an example. He's giving an example. See, Krishna does so many things. When Narada comes to the palace of Krishna, Krishna washes his feet. So it doesn't mean that Krishna has become junior. Krishna is telling a lesson. So Krishna is telling a lesson that even I want, earth does not feed when you are sinful. It's a very simple example. A jail is meant for reformation. In the jail, they become crooks. The jailer doesn't like to feed them. The king is saying feed. He says, I don't feel like feeding. They are all crooks. Isn't it? So Krishna is shifting blame to Mother Earth. She doesn't feed when he becomes sinful. I want, but it is she who wants you to starve. So Prabhupada says, whatever you do, if you remain sinful, the resources will be reduced. And it is said as a Kali Yuga progresses. Now this, for certain time, even Bhavishya Purana says 10,000 years of golden age will come in Kali Yuga. Yeah, it is started after advent of Lord Chaitanya. And at this time, whoever is chanting Hare Krishna or is taking shelter of Bhagavatam, he doesn't feel the effect of Kali Yuga. Like you're peacefully sitting there. Kali Yuga means quarrel and hypocrisy. Everybody shows them special and people fight. Horrible. So the effect of Harinama, if we take shelter of the holy name of the Lord, and we take shelter of the message, Bhagavatam, which is also an incarnation of the Lord, we are saved from the effect of Kali Yuga. Otherwise, as the Kali Yuga progresses, the food will become reduced more and more. A situation will come to such thing, people will eat each other. That's the Bhagavatam predicts. There is a prediction in the Bhagavatam in 12th canto about Kali Yuga. You know this? Not that Hitler will come. The kind of people, it says, Prayana Alpayusha Sabhya Kalausmin Yuge Jana. We read in the first canto. Life will become shorter more. See, more people are living less, not because of the sinful habits. Because their life is very irregular.
Unregulated.
Life is not, see, it's a machine. If you use a machine in a rhythmic way, it functions long time. Now, even, it has some kind of a body also has a kind of a clock, I think. If you are having a rhythmic life, the body clock sets. Even food. You take a particular time, the acids are ready, correct? At that moment. You don't eat, it causes burning in your stomach. So the body clock and your livelihood should be rhythmic. So both can go peacefully. So because of our irregular life and sinful habits, people's life are reducing. That's what it is saying.
One thing is that it is written that it is any time that it is destruction takes place, annihilation rather. Suppose annihilation takes place now, we are sitting here. And when again it is created, again recreated, we still come to this position, or it is...
No, not by the position, but the desire is there. Just like now we can sleep. All of us can sleep now. When you wake up, you start running around with the desires which are similar to what you have now. Even if you sleep and get up, you are the same person. What is the same person? The same kind of personality and desires you have.
So that continues.
The same way when suppose the annihilation happens, the sun will become very hot, or whichever way the pralaya happens,
We will be vaporized. The sun becomes hot 12 times. That's what even scientists agree now. Sun will become hot one day, very hot. The purpose, the whole thing will vaporize, and then will heavy rain, and everything will dissolve. And that's pralaya happens, and we want to wait for the pralaya. That's our intelligence. Better before that, go back to the spirit. Because if you don't go back to the spiritual world, some form or another, you have to see pralaya. If not human form, as a dog or a cat, you have to see pralaya. Why you want to see that pralaya? Why not go back to Krishna now?
It's already hard to see what's happening around. Forget about Pralaya. Now itself I see Pralaya. I don't think we have that much strength to see Pralaya.
Yes, Kamalesh, any reflection from today? Demant, any reflection from today? We close.
They're not hearing.
Yeah, now he is able to hear. Yes, Kamalesh.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm able to hear.
Anything from today?
No problem, nothing.
Today.
What do you have to say?
I have learned today, Prabhuji.
What did you learn today?
About the various avatars. In fact, I was also under the impression that there were only 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu.
So interesting. And it's in the first canto, only third chapter. Later in the second canto, Brahma will give a list, another big list. But this is the third chapter of the first canto. There's a list of incarnations. People who generally know there is only one canto. Therefore, they don't know Lord Chaitanya because the Yuga Avatara, not a Leela Avatara. There are 6 kind of incarnations. When the debate between Sarava Bhattacharya and Gopinath, at that time, he said, no, where is the list? He said, yes, he's there in Yuga Avatara list. Now you see in this list, Lord Chaitanya is not there. Why? Why Kamalesh in this list, Lord Chaitanya is not there? He should be there now. No. Kalki is also mentioned. Because he's a Gupta Avatar.
It is secret. Secret Avatar.
The Vedavyasa will not reveal like that. He reveals something here, something there. If you take all the Puranas, he has revealed it. Because it has to be revealed. Unless it is given in the Shastra, you cannot be an incarnation. Here he'll mention mother name in one place. And in another Purana, he'll put another thing. Another thing he'll put. So all the leads connecting together is not easy for a common man. But those who are expert, the Goswami, they get like the lead. He's born in the banks of the Ganges. His mother name is Sachi. His father name is Jagannath Mishra. And he will take sannyasa. Wife's name is Vishnu.
He will be in golden complexion.
100. I have a PowerPoint presentation of that. Chaitanya Charitamrita also Prabhupada has collected it. In the 2 chapters are there. He has collected. But I made a PowerPoint of all the collection.
They 2 chapters are in Bhagavatam or
Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he begins, he says, Advent of Lord Chaitanya. In the beginning, he talks about, and 2 chapters, the collection of quotes are there from the Shastra, which is excellent enough, but it is satisfying and convincing. But I got a more bigger collection from the net, which I made into PowerPoint. I have shown it to you.
Yes, Prabhuji. During Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, you played that PPT, Prabhuji.
Yes. Gaur Purnima. Okay, Dhimant, Hare Krishna, visit us sometimes, any day. You have big holidays. What you are doing at home?
I'm learning, Prabhu. Learning Android.
What you're learning? Coconut?
No, Prabhu. I'm learning Android for my placements at college.
Which year is this? Computer science?
Yes, Prabhu.
Be engaged. The holidays, be totally engaged. Don't become lazy. Keep yourself busy and active. Okay?
Okay.
Always keep yourself busy and active. Okay? And if you come to Mangalore, create some work to Mangalore, you can come and visit. Okay?
Okay.
How is the chanting? You're able to do chanting? At home?
Now I did not do, Prabhu. I want to start again. So I thought I'll start by joining the conversation.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Start 16 then.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Dhimant, Kamalesh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.